Morning students, last class we learned about Valli rides the bus, isn't it? Valli is already inside the bus, and what type of person was the conductor? Conductor was a very happy, jolly, good fellow, and how he was talking with Valli, and the co-passengers started asking Valli why she was traveling alone and all those things, and who did not like the questions asked by the passengers. Valli did not like. Valli said that she is not a very small child. Understood? Now let us continue with the next part, that is the third part. Her first journey, what careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had to make for it. She had thriftily saved whatever stray coins came her way. Her first journey, she actually already planned. Do you remember? She used to observe how the time duration of the buses, and she used to hear the talks of the people who had already gone in the same bus. So, what careful, painstaking, elaborate plan she planned also. During what time she should travel? During the time when her mother was sleeping, isn't it? And she had made for it because she had done a lot of planning and calculation, and then she could enter in the bus. She had thriftily means spend money very carefully, save whatever stray coins came her way, whatever money she got it, resisting every temptation. Resisting means opposing every temptation to buy peppermints. Peppermints are what? Peppermints are the flavored sweets and toys, balloons and the like, and finally she had saved a total of 60 paise. How difficult it had been, particularly that day at the village fair, but she had resolutely stifled means suppressed, controlled with determination and a strong desire to ride the merry-go-round. Merry-go-round means that is swing, even though she had the money. See, actually she was in the fair and all, you can see a lot of different types of toys are exhibited, different types of sweets are available, and the different types of swings are there. So, even though she had gone to the fair, she did not spend money. Why? Because she had a strong determination. What was her strong determination? To ride in the bus. And in that way, she saved money for what purpose? In order to go in the bus. That is why it is written that what careful and painstaking elaborate plan she had to make her ride. Clear? Next paragraph. After she had enough money saved, her next problem was how to slip out of the house. Slip out of the house means go out or escape without her mother's knowledge. അമ്മ അറിയാതെ എങ്ങനെ വീട്ടിന് പുറത്തിറങ്ങാം എന്നുള്ളതായിരുന്നു നെക്സ്റ്റ് പ്രോബ്ലം. ബട്ട് ഷീ മാനേജ് ദിസ് വിത്തൗട്ട് ടു മച്ച് ഡിഫിക്കൽറ്റി. അതും ഒരു പ്രയാസവും കൂടാതെ ചെയ്തു. എവറി ഡേ ആഫ്റ്റർ ലഞ്ച് ഹർ മദർ വുഡ് നാപ്പ്. നാപ്പ് മീൻസ് സ്ലീപ്പ് from about 1 to 4 or 2. So, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock mother used to have a nice afternoon sleep. Valli always used these hours for her excursions as she stood looking from the doorway of her house, or sometimes even ventured out into the village. Today the same hours could be used for her first excursion outside the village. Ventured out means went out. So, generally what she used to do when her mother used to sleep, she used to go and stand near the doorway of the house, and she used to observe the things, what is happening, or she wanted to go outside also. That time only she used to go outside, and the same time she selected for what purpose? To ride in the bus. The bus rolled on, now cutting across. Now you come back, she is already inside the bus, she is going inside the bus. What happened? Across the bare landscape, now rushing through the tiny hamlet or past an old wayside shop. Tiny hamlet means small village. The bus is going through in the middle of a small village, an old wayside shop. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle. Gobbling up another vehicle means eating up. That means overtaking another vehicle that was coming towards them, or a pedestrian crossing the road. Which she had seen all these things. The bus is going through the village, and sometimes the bus is to overtake, sometimes the people is to cross the road, but lo, somehow it passed on smoothly. But you have a look, the bus is traveling, going very smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely behind, and trees came running towards them, but then stopped as the bus reached them, and simply stood there helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction. That you all feel. നമ്മൾ ബസ്സിൽ നിന്ന് ട്രാവൽ ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ you feel that the trees are also passing very fastly. The same experience the child had. Suddenly Valli clapped her hands with glee. Glee means joy. പെട്ടെന്ന് കൈകൊട്ടി ചിരിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങി. A young cow. Why did she laugh? Because she had seen a young cow, tail high in the air, was running very fast right in the middle of the road, right in front of the bus. The picture is also given, isn't it? So how the cow was coming in front of the bus, right in front of the bus. The bus slowed to a crawl and the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. So the bus stopped, and who was making sound? The driver was making the horn, sounding the horn. But the more he honked means sounded, the more frightened the animal became and the faster it galloped. Galloped means jumped, run faster, always right in front of the bus. എത്രത്തോളം ഹോൺ അടിക്കും അത്രത്തോളം ആര് പേടിച്ചു? ദ കൗ പേടിച്ചിട്ട് ഏതിൻ്റെ മുന്നിലേക്ക് അത് ഓടി വരുന്നുണ്ടായിരുന്നു? ബസ്സിൻ്റെ മുന്നിലേക്ക്. Somehow this was very funny to Valli. She laughed and laughed until there were tears in her eyes. When she had seen how the cow was behaving, who started laughing? Valli started laughing, and her eyes filled with tears. Hey lady, haven't you laughed enough? Called the conductor. Better save some for tomorrow. Conductor ആണെങ്കിൽ എപ്പോഴും ഇവൾക്ക് നേരെ കമൻസ് പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ടിരിക്കും അല്ലേ? What did he say? You save some laugh for tomorrow also. At last the cow moved off the road. Cow മാറി, and soon the bus came to a railroad crossing. Railway crossingലെത്തി. A speck of a train. Speck means small sign. Could be seen in the distance. ദൂരെ നിന്ന് ട്രെയിൻ വരുന്നത് കാണാമായിരുന്നു. Growing bigger and bigger as it drew near. ബസ് പോകുന്തോറും ട്രെയിൻ ഇങ്ങനെ അടുത്തോട്ട് വരുന്നതായിട്ട് തോന്നി. Then it rushed past the crossing gate with a tremendous roar. Tremendous roar means great roar. And roar and rattle, shaking the bus. The bus was shaken. Why the bus was shaking? Because of the movement of the train. And then the bus went on. When bus continued the riding and passed the train station, railway station is crossed, and from there it traversed. Traversed means ran over a busy, well laid out shopping street. Now the village is crossed. Now they are entering to a new area, and a lot of shops were there, and entered a wider thoroughfare. Thoroughfare means common path. And such a big bright looking shops. നല്ല ലൈറ്റൊക്കെ ഉള്ള shops. And what glittering displays. Display means shows of clothes. Display ചെയ്തിരിക്കുന്ന ക്ലോത്ത് ഒക്കെ ഭയങ്കര ഷൈനിങ്. And other merchandise. Merchandise means other things for sale. Such big crowds. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു ചെറിയ ടൗണിലേക്ക് അവർ എൻട്രി ചെയ്തു. അവിടെയുള്ള ഡ്രസ്സുകൾ, ഭയങ്കര തിളക്കമുള്ള ഡ്രസ്സുകളും നല്ല ലൈറ്റുള്ള ഷോപ്സും, അത് മാത്രമാണോ? ഭയങ്കര ക്രൗഡും. ഇതാണ് ആര് കാണുന്നത്? ഈ കുട്ടി കാണുന്നത്. Struck dumb with wonder, Valli gaped at everything. അപ്പോൾ അത് കണ്ടപ്പോൾ വളരെ ഷോക്ക്ഡായി, വണ്ടർ അടിച്ച. She was looking at them. Then the bus stopped and everyone got off except Valli. ടൗണിലെത്തി, people started going out of the bus. But what was Valli doing? Valli was seated in the bus only. Hey lady, said the conductor, aren't you ready to get off? This is as far as your 30 paise takes you. 30 paisയുടെ ടിക്കറ്റിന് നിനക്ക് ഇതുവരെ മാത്രമേ യാത്ര ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റൂ എന്നാണ് ആര് പറഞ്ഞത്? കണ്ടക്ടർ. No, Valli said, I am going back on the same bus. She doesn't want to get out in the city. She just wanted to go back home. She took another 30 paise from her pocket and handed the coins to the conductor. Now, say return journey, she has to take another ticket. Why? Is something the matter? No, nothing is the matter. I just felt like having a bus ride, that's all. So, conductor asked, why didn't you get down from the bus? What did she say? She said that I just wanted to have a bus ride, that's all. I don't want to go to the city. Don't you want to have a look at the sights now that you are here? So, conductor was actually asking her, you don't want to see all the sights of the city? You are anyway, you came here all by myself. Oh, I would be much too afraid. So, then she said that I don't want to go outside the bus because I am afraid. Greatly amused by the girl's way of speaking, the conductor said, but you were not afraid to come in the bus. What did the conductor say? You were not afraid to travel in the bus, but you were afraid to get out of the bus, or you are afraid to see the sights in the city. Nothing to be afraid of about, she answered, but she was not ready to confess that. Well then, why not go to that stall over there and have something to drink? Nothing to be afraid of about that either. The conductor is asking her, you can go to that particular shop and have some drinks. Oh no, I could not do that, but she was not ready to go. Well then, let me bring you a cold drink. So then conductor is very nice person. He said that he will purchase a cold drink for whom? For this Valli. No, I don't have enough money. Just give me my ticket, that's all. She said that she doesn't have much money to buy a soft drink or cold drink. So, she just wanted what only? Return ticket only. It will be my treat and not cost you anything. Conductor said that you don't have to pay for the cold drink. He was ready to buy for her. No, she said firmly, very firm. Firmly means very strongly. Please no. The conductor shrugged and just moved the shoulders and waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. So, the bus stopped there for few minutes because after a gap only the bus will go back to the village. Again there were not many passengers. Now, she is going back to her place. There was not much passengers. Won't your mother be looking for you? The conductor asked when she gave the girl her ticket. While issuing the ticket, the conductor asked whether her mother will be searching her or not. No one will be looking for me, she said. The bus started and again there were the same wonderful sights, same sceneries. Who is seeing? Valli is seeing. Valli was not bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same excitement she had felt the first time. She was actually really enjoying seeing the same scenery, but suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside, just where it had been struck by some fast moving vehicle. Suddenly, her eyes fell on the dead cow. Do you remember? A cow was jumping in front of her bus, isn't it, while going towards the city, isn't it? While coming back, she found that cow was dead. Isn't it that same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to town? She asked the conductor. She just wanted to clarify that, is it the same cow? The conductor nodded. He said yes. And she was overcome with sadness. Who felt very sad? The Valli felt very sad. What had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm and its life and looked so horrible, so frightening as it lay there, legs spread eagled. That is, legs spread out, a fixed stare in its lifeless eyes, blood all over. What type of sight she had seen? Actually, the first time she is facing the dead cow, the death, isn't it? She is realizing the death, isn't it, in front of her. The bus moved on, but the bus driver did not stop there. The bus continued its journey. The memory of the dead cow haunted her. Haunted her means returned repeatedly to her mind. She cannot forget that sight, dampening her enthusiasm, actually killing her courage. Dampening her enthusiasm means killing her courage. She no longer wanted to look out the window because she had seen the dead cow. After that, she doesn't want to look out the window. And she sat thus glued. Glued means fixed to her seat until the bus reached her village at 3:40. 3:40 she came back to her village. So after seeing the dead cow, she did not jump from the seat. She did not enjoy the scenery she had seen. She stood up and stretched herself, expanded herself. Then she turned to the conductor and said, "Well, sir, I hope to see you again." So while getting down the bus, she said, "We can see again." "Okay, madam," he answered her, smiling. "Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us, and don't forget to bring your fare." So what did the conductor say? Whenever the Valli feels like traveling in a bus, she was welcome. She is welcome, but only thing is she has to give the fare. She laughed and jumped down from the bus. Then away she went, running straight for home. While getting down from the bus, she went straight to the home. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake, talking to one of Valli's aunts, the one from South Street. This aunt was a real chatterbox, never closing her mouth once she started talking. Mummy is awake, but she was busy talking with her with her aunt, who is a chatterbox. "And where have you been?" said her aunt when Valli came in. She spoke very casually, not expecting a reply. Aunt very formally she asked where Valli was, but she did not. The aunt did not expect an answer from Valli. So Valli just smiled, and her mother and aunt went on with their conversation. Even though Valli did not reply, they were not bothered. They continued with their conversation. "Yes, you are right," her mother said. "So many things in our midst and in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often can't understand it completely, can we?" So they were discussing something. "Oh yes," breathed Valli. "What?" asked her mother. "What is that you say?" "Oh," said Valli, "I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge." So actually mother was telling aunt that so many things are happening around, we cannot understand everything. So Valli must have thought about the dead cow, isn't it? She replied. Instead of aunt who replied, Valli replied, what mother saying is absolutely true. So the mother asked, "Why are you interfering in their conversation?" "Just a chit of a girl." Chit of a girl, a tiny girl. Chit of a girl means tiny girl or a little girl, she said her aunt. "And yet look how she pokes her nose into our conversation." Pokes her nose means takes an interest in something that doesn't concern her. So when Valli replied, who said this? Aunt replied that she is such a little girl. Why is she unnecessarily interfere in their conversation which is not concerned her? Just though she was as if she is behaving like a grown-up lady. Valli smiled to herself. She did not want them to understand her smile. Why did Valli smile? Because she had a bus ride without knowing whom, without the knowledge of her mother and aunt. But then there wasn't much chance of that, was there? So Valli smiled. She did not want them to understand her smile. Is it easy for them to understand that? Why did she smile? No, it is not possible for them to understand, because the time when she went for the ride, mother was sleeping. When she got up, she was engaged with whose talk? Engaged in the aunt's talk. So she was not actually knowing that Valli had gone for a ride. Actually, this is translated from the Tamil by K. A. Sundaram, illustrated by R. K. Lakshman. I hope you understood. Let us go through this exercise. Thinking about the text, few question answers are there. Third question, what kind of a person is Valli? To answer this question, pick out the following sentences from the text and fill in the blanks. The words you fill in are the clues to your answer. The first one is stop the bus, stop the bus. And a tiny hand was raised commandingly. What's the word you have to fill there? Commandingly. Second one, yes, I simply have to go to town. Simply have to. Third one, there is nobody here who is a child. Who is a child ആണ് നമുക്ക് അവിടെ എഴുതേണ്ടത്. Fourth one, never mind, she said, I can get on by myself. Get on by myself. Get on by myself. I am not a child, I tell you, she said hotly. Or irritably, we can say. Fifth one, You needn't bother about me. I can take care of myself. Next, sixth one. Then she turned to the conductor and said, well, sir, I hope to see you again. That's the only exercise you have. That's all. You read the lesson. If you have any doubts, you can contact me. Thank you.